What's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Yes, I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. We're getting this thing going. We're getting the show is on the road. Welcome to Chiefs Comments with Kramer, the bye-week edition to the Super Bowl. My goodness, we made it. I can't. Do you all think we would have gotten here since week one, since week two? Heck, let's even go beforehand. Preseason, training camp, last year. Did you think we were going to get here? Because you know what, I sure did. This team. When I was watching them on stage last year at the Super Bowl parade, they talked about three-peating. You know what? They're damn good and well could possibly actually three-peat. The Kansas City Chiefs go to the Super Bowl once again. They defeated the Buffalo Bills like we all knew what was going to happen. And I've actually have tears of excitement right now. So if you start seeing things go down my face, it's just basically how Chris Jones is. Whenever he gets amped, gets excited, stuff just happens to his body. That's what's probably going to happen right here while we're talking. Kansas City Chiefs once again going back to Super Bowl, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles next week with the Pro Bowl. Let's just talk about that for a second. I think Patrick Mahomes is like, I may not be going to the Pro Bowl. I may not. I might be an alternate. But you know what? Let's just skip that altogether. I'm just going to make sure my ass is going to New Orleans because that's exactly what he did. Who cares about him not being a Pro Bowler this year? He's going to pretty much defend his Super Bowl title, the title they've been trying to defend for the last 2 years. They're going to do it once again against the Eagles. Cannot wait to see it. Think about the games at like 5:20, 5:30. It's around that time, and you already know it's going to go long into the night. And I'm actually in camp still of wanting the what's it called? The next day, the following day after the Super Bowl, I'm been in camp of, hey, we need to make sure we have that day off, especially here in Kansas City, because why not? I mean, I won't have that day off by any means necessary, but you know what? Why not give it to the city? Why not give it to, I guess, the United States? If people are watching it, because there's been reports and reports and reports, especially from one fan base, which I think is a stewing pot of cesspoolness called Bills Mafia, boycotting the Super Bowl, which, I mean, I didn't know other teams watch the Super Bowl if their team's not in it. I mean, I clearly watch it every single year because, one, kind of have to for the job. Two, I kind of want to see history. I want to see history. I want to see history being made. It's already historical, the fact that we are living in one of the greatest eras of Kansas City Chiefs football, and we get to witness it day in and day out, whether if it's through the newsroom, whether if it's through the games, headlines, watching Mahomes on Netflix, listening to the Kelsey Brothers podcast. You have to be immersed in whatever Kansas City is doing right now because it is absolutely everywhere. We are not a flyover state anymore, people. We haven't been a flyover state since, I would say, since 2015, when the Royals won the World Series. This hasn't been a flyover. We got put back on the map because of that. And then it really helped having Patrick Mahomes and what the Chiefs' success has been doing so far with the last 5 to 6, 7 years to where we're not a flyover state no more. So let's get that out of the mindset and the aura, I guess. Typically on Chiefs Comments with Kramer, we answer your comments, which, by the way, if you have comments regarding Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, bets next week, feel free, slap them into the comment section, whether if you're on X or YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you turn on notifications because, I mean, you kind of want to know when this goes live at every single Thursday at 2:30. Chiefs Comments with Kramer. Daily Fix every day with Ron Hughley. Brian B. Shannon's World is every Tuesday, Wednesday. If you turn on notifications, you'll find out Beach Season, Show and BK. We have it all here at Foolish Club Media, so make sure you are subscribed, turn on notifications, and do not forget to follow us. If you're also watching this on X right now, give it a little retweet. I like to see how many retweets we can get. But yeah, if you have a comment that's burden getting off your chest, feel free to put in the comment section, and we will get to that later on. Within the last, it would almost be like about an hour ago from now, maybe 40 minutes ago, a report saying that the Kansas City Chiefs, if they are to win the Super Bowl, there will be a Super Bowl parade in Kansas City. There just won't be a rally after it because of what happened last year with the shooting. And I'll tell you what, I was there. I was on the risers right front and stage. I saw everything happen, fold out from my point of view. I even heard the gunshots from where I was at, and it was not a pretty sight. It was, quite frankly, I've lobbied for my work of, hey, if there's a rally-esque type of thing being out there, if it's not a controlled environment, I'm not going to be there because that's how much I ain't gonna lie. It freaked me out. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Never wanted to.
And you know what? I have now. So that's just how my opinions were towards that and how the Super Bowl parade was going to work out this year. But I'm happy they're at least doing something. I am, because you can't stay quiet or silent or scared forever. You have to get back out there and do that. Now I'll attend the parade part, because I know after that I can just get in my car and leave, depending on how I'm parked downtown. But that's this. So the Kansas City Chiefs, if they are to, when they're going to win the Super Bowl next week, the parade will happen. There's just not going to be a rally after it. So it's just going to be a quick little run by, high wave, drink some beers off the back seat, and get it going. But that's how the parade stuff's going on. I'm happy there's a parade for it, because it would be very strange and odd if there was not anything even celebratory. Because heck, they celebrated the COVID year, like the year that they won, and COVID happened. Like, they got to celebrate that. They at least got to do that in 2019. So that, I mean, and we already know that. I mean, there was reports that COVID was already in the vicinity, but we still had a parade celebration, that all the glitz and glamour for that. So there's at least a parade for you people. So at least be thankful for that. So yeah, it's good for our city, and hopefully the Chiefs can get past it and go for it that way. So without further ado, let's see if I can get to that really quickly. My little sound guy, the sound guy that Steven Sturter likes to. It's his lovely voice. Where are you at? Where are you at, Steve? Where are you at?
Let's get to the comments.
Like I said, if you have a comment regarding the Chiefs parade, what you think's going to happen this week, some bets for next week, some odd things going on that's like an octopus, that should be heavily betted on. Feel free, put in the comment section, whether you're on YouTube or X, and I'll definitely get to it. Let's start off with this one from Travis. Not Travis Kelce, but Travis sent this on in. When the Chiefs win, is Kelce retiring? Ooh. You already know Taylor Swift is going to be in attendance. We already know this. There's the Taylor Swift suite that is the traveling Taylor Swift suite, wherever she goes to, wherever she needs to go to. It will always be there because of Sir Travis Kelce, and also for the namesake of Taylor Swift. Is Travis going to retire? He has one more year left on that deal that they restructured a year ago. And so this is going into, I believe, his third, or it might have been his second. I don't know. I don't think Travis is retiring. Why would he retire? What is there out there that he could better do? He enjoys the competitiveness of playing football. Like you heard him say a few weeks ago on his podcast with his brother New Heights about all the Bengals fans or Bengals players. I think it's mostly the fans. They're bitching and complaining the fact that they lost to the Broncos. I mean, they lost. They didn't play the best team out there. The best team was the Broncos that day. So it's not like they tanked to win that. They didn't need to win that game. They already locked the first round, the first seed up, which listening to, I'm not even going to get national media. I can't stand it at times, because this morning when driving into work, I heard somebody say that, oh no, the Chiefs were scared of the Bengals. That's why they lost week 18. And I'm like, I switched the station because I'm like, this is ridiculous. But is Travis Kelce retiring? I don't think so. I do think if the Chiefs win this one, they're still going to figure out a way to try to win again, because you don't just set history and just set the bar by one. Why can't you just make the bar go up even more? That would be more meaningful. I don't think Kelce's retiring, but if he is, you better propose Taylor Swift on the 50-yard line, because I think that's something that's heavily betted right now that could possibly happen if the Chiefs do win. And also it'd be kind of cool, because it would make sense for the song that she wrote. It's like when like the she's cheer captain and Taylor's on the bleachers. Yeah, but except for Taylor's in the suite this time, and not. I mean, she doesn't need to be cheer captain. Who cares about that? No, Travis Kelce is not retiring, people. So let's just pump the brakes on that one. But if I eat my words, I eat my words. It's cool with that. This is coming on from the YouTube live. Nice. Thank you, Brian Davis. Do you think the Chiefs need to have that NWO theme song at Arrowhead next year? Embrace the villain tape. Yeah, no. The how about this? That and the Wolfpack, the NWO Wolfpack. But my goodness, yes. Brian, if you know me well, as you can see, I'm clear up back behind here. That's an AEW wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling nerd. Can you imagine? Not even the NWO song, because the NWO song is so sick. But the Wolfpack is back. But the Wolfpack is clearly the Chiefs, and they never left. So, no, I think embrace the villain. You need to embrace the villain. They need to have the heel and in order for entertainment purposes to work, I mean, I have a WWE mindset brain anyways. You need to have a heel and you need to have a face. Right now, the United States, the media, have painted the Kansas City Chiefs the heels because, they're always siding with the refs. They're always siding with the refs. So can we just talk about how they need to actually get their self in and be like, yeah, so what, a call came our way. So what? Can you just, it goes against the grain of everything. But if they start to acknowledge it, like, oh yeah, no, I knew that was going to happen. I mean, clearly it happened, but can we just like see more of it? Like, please embrace it. Embrace that you are the villain. Take over. Brian, this is awesome. Oh yeah. And of course, Ayo, we could tell by Veach season. Thank you. Appreciate you all for listening to Veach season with Rocky and I. And I'll tell you this right now. However long you stick with us in those podcasts, if you make it all the way to that last second, bravo. You deserve an award. You deserve a pat on the back. Hell, you deserve a Super Bowl yourself for listening to start to finish Rocky and I just banter about random nonsense every single now being uploaded on Wednesdays. But man, yeah, no, Brian, shout out to you, Brian. All right, let's go to the next one. This one's from Dylan, and I have to put this because it was a comment sent directly to me. He said, "Go Eagles." I have a problem with this because if you are a true Eagles fan, you're not saying "Go Eagles." You're saying "Go Birds." If you see somebody out there say "Go Eagles," you know they're a bandwagon fan. You know damn good and well they're just trying to latch on to the Eagles because they want to go against the Chiefs. So be mindful when you're scrolling through X, Facebook, Instagram, if you still have TikTok, if that still works, or even right here on YouTube. If you see something that says "Go Eagles," they're not a fan. They're 1,000% not a fan. They got to say "Go Birds" for that. So Dylan, I can see right through you. You're not an Eagles fan. Plus, I know who you actually are because you said it to me, and you're a Falcons fan. So that's kind of gross that you're saying "Go Eagles." You like a different bird more than the other bird. Okay. Oh, by the way, shout out. It came on through. If a comment comes, we're showing it. Always make it to the last second. Hell yeah, Brian. Hell yeah. I'll make sure Rocky gets relayed that message that you stick it all the way through, thick and thin, through what we do at Veach season. It's come from Jake. How is the Chiefs line gonna hold up? And will Nolan Smith be healthy for Philly? Even if it's a Chiefs player hurt, an Eagles player hurt, you're gonna try to find your way. Try to find a way in order to get on that field for the Super Bowl. You do not want to miss this chance. This, granted, for the Chiefs, this comes every single season, but for the Eagles, it doesn't. It doesn't. They last time they were there was 2 years ago when they lost to the Chiefs, and now they're finally back because of an unhealthy 49ers team. Once again, an unhealthy 49ers team couldn't make it all the way through a season, as everybody was that's their darling, that's their favorite to win the NFC. The Lions came up; they're not healthy or anything. So the Eagles found themselves as the better team in the NFC to get put up in there. If you are a team that gets there and you have beat up players, those beat up players better get healthy within this next weekend. A few days? Because it's Thursday. We'll be talking once again next Thursday. I know that guaranteed for a fact. But you have to push yourself in order to be like, mindset wise, yeah, I am healthy. I'm going to try 1,010% to make it to the game, be able to make an impact in the game, and being able to do so well. And so with Nolan Smith being healthy could be a dangerous thing for the Chiefs next week because, like Jake's first question here says, how's the Chiefs line going to hold up? Well, how are they going to hold up, Jake? What have you saw against the Houston Texans? What did you see against the Buffalo Bills? It's going to be the exact same thing. They're going to be able to keep Mahomes upright. They will. That offensive line might be a makeshift of, we hope it works. We hope this bubble gum on this right side is going to be able to stay true. We hope this glue that we made sure to keep Joe Thuney's ass straight up in order to protect Patrick Mahomes on the left side. They're trying to do as much as they can there. And I think this offensive line has having Joe Thuney at left tackle, I think has improved this team. You already know you want him at the left guard. He's a very good run blocker. And they've lacked a lot with that with Mike Caliendo there. No knock on Mike Caliendo at all for that. But it's just, I feel like if you're trying to pass, which the Chiefs are, but then again, what are the Chiefs trying to do? They've done so much against Buffalo that I haven't seen in some time. Like there are some sets that came out there that I had no idea that was even in the arsenal for Kansas for the Chiefs offensive playbook. But Andy Reid is in his bag. Andy Reid knows how good or how bad this offensive line is. He's going to make sure he gets the right play in order for Mahomes to get the ball out within a few seconds because they already know. Andy knows how bad this offensive line is. Let's not act like he doesn't. He knows there's holes. He knows that there's a left guard playing left tackle. They're going to make sure dial up plays as successful plays to get downfield, like the Samaje Perine play. When have they ever thrown it to their back right out of the chute? They had 2 or 3 plays at least, just that same concept. They didn't use that at all during the regular season. No, they're going to use the plays that's going to make sure the ball is out of the hands of Patrick Mahomes as quick as possible through the pass rush because it's not just Nolan Smith. That Jalen Carter dude he's a bad man. He is. He's not better than Chris Jones yet. But man, the way his career has so far in the NFL, at some point we got to have a talking point that Jalen Carter could be the next Chris Jones. Or he could be right neck and neck with Chris Jones. But then again, I also hope Chris Jones shows up in the Super Bowl big time because the Chiefs truly need it. This is the last question, or last comment and question that was sent to me previously. So if you do have a question, comment, or concern regarding the Kansas City Chiefs at this point in the season, feel free to put in the comment section on X or YouTube. And if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe. Do not forget to turn notifications, do all that fun shenanigans as we get to this last question. So far, I mean, we can go as long as we want. Just keep talking, and we'll keep commenting, and we'll keep talking. It's from Jairus. When the Chiefs win, is Kelsey retiring? Is this another one? Is this? Hold on. No, this isn't the right question. This isn't the right one thing. I flubbed on this one. It's on my phone still. Let me give me a second. Let me find the message from my buddy Jairus, who is a Chiefs fan, an honorary Chiefs fan now. He's been a Chiefs fan for the last 2 years. Yes, he joined when they won the Super Bowl. Is there something wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Where are we at? The Not Madden chat we do have. I wouldn't be surprised if the Big Four retired. The Big Four being Andy, Pat, Kelsey, and Stone Cold Jones. No, Andy's not retiring. Why would Andy retire? Why would Pat retire? Why would Chris Jones retire? And the only one I could see retiring on this, but I already answered it beforehand, is Travis Kelce. And I don't think Travis Kelce's retiring. It would be interesting if Andy Reid's like, all right, I've done it. I've got everything I needed to do. I've won back-to-back Super Bowls. The only question is if they're retiring if the Chiefs win. Thing is, Andy's not retiring. Pat it would be idiotic for him to retire because he could be at the end of Patrick Mahomes' career. He is going to be the greatest NFL quarterback to ever play the sport. Put that market on January 30th. I said Patrick Mahomes, by the end of his career, will be the greatest quarterback to have ever played National Football League. I'm just saying. I'm hoping, and because when Travis Kelce retires, whenever that does happen, he's going to go down as the greatest tight end ever to play in the NFL. And then when Andy retires, he will be the greatest head coach ever to play or coach in the NFL. Chris Jones, on the other hand, could Chris Jones be the best defensive tackle that we've ever seen play in the NFL? I'm going to say no, but he's going to. I mean, he's clearly going to be in Canton. These 4 guys: Andy, Pat, Kelsey, and Stone Cold Jones. Those are Canton dudes. Those are Canton guys. Those are Canton players. So, no, that will do it here for this edition of Chiefs Comments with Kramer. Thank you all for tuning in, and I do apologize for the late tardiness of getting us on the air. But what a wild week this one's been. I don't know if it's been long. I don't know if it's been short. I just know it's been a week. It's been a week since we've talked. It has been. I'm ready for next Sunday. I know as a wrestling fan, we got the Royal Rumble this weekend, so I'm all jazzed up and jacked for that. But once Monday hits, once the media night officially hits, or is that going to be a Sunday night? One of the nights when media night is, I can't wait. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be magical. Sit back, enjoy the ride. If they win or lose, who cares? No matter what, we will always booze. Hold on one second. One comment came in right before we go. Enjoy the era, Chiefs fans. That is how we're going to end it. Brian, you stole my thunder. Enjoy the air, Chiefs fans, because you know what? Smile, Kansas City. You need to rub that. Not even rub that. Just show how compassionate you are about your Chiefs. Just smile. Have a good one, everybody. Talk to you next week.